Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name's Carol, and today we're going to do for your daily reading is a 3-card spread. Now in the first part of the reading, I'm going to look at what issue or situation you're sitting in, what issue you're dealing with, whether it's a recurring pattern, whether it's a struggle or a decision you have to make. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at your shadow. Now, if you're not familiar with that term shadow, I've left a video below my description box that I did on my 4 powerful steps for shadow work. And so we're going to be doing a little bit of shadow work. And shadow work is really looking at our stuff, you know, and it's probably about now that some of you might click off the video because, you know, when it comes to healing or looking at our stuff, a lot of people don't want to do it, you know. So if you're here and if you're sticking around, good for you. It's a tough thing to do. But, you know, our shadow is what we really need to look at because those are the kind of things that we've buried from childhood that people have told us about ourselves. And we can actually have some real nice gifts that are buried in there too that were discouraged when we were younger. And so we're going to see what's buried in your shadow that's affecting or impacting the situation you're sitting in right now. And then in the third part, I'm going to ask for some guidance from the tarot. So I'm going to use the Rider-Waite now to pull out 3 cards only. If the more that comes out, I'll just put them back in the deck. So let's ask for the first card here from Tarot. What issue or situation you're sitting in right now? 1 card, please. All right, you are sitting in the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is the first card. Let me just read. There, looks good. Ooh. Okay, next one. What situation, or sorry, what's coming up from your shadow that's impacting this situation? Okay, 1 card, please, that's coming up from your shadow that's impacting this situation here. 2 cards here, so I'll put them back in. I just want 1 card, please, Tarot. There we go. She wanted to come out. 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is coming out for what's impacting here. And finally, guidance from the tarot, please. Some guidance from the tarot. 1 card, please. That one turned upside down. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so we're going to clarify that with the Light Seer's Tarot. And I'm going to take, again, just 3 cards. And hopefully they come out nicely. So I hope you had a chance to see my last one. I just started my dailies yesterday, actually. Not yesterday, sorry. On the 13th I did, yeah. And take a look at also, I do my readings, my zodiac readings for you monthly and also mid-month for you. This is a brand new channel. So I just started in December. So great if you're coming back, you know, thanks for supporting me. If you're new to the channel, I hope you come back. Like I said, it's a channel about healing. So, you know, you really got to wrap your head around, you know, I want to heal. I want to heal my stuff. Everybody has stuff. Everybody. I don't care who you are. You have stuff. You know, some of us have more stuff than others. All right, let's 6 Wands and ask the tarot for 3 cards, please, for clarification for the 6 of Wands. So first card that comes out was in reverse, the 7 of Swords in reverse. Sometimes I pick them up too quickly to realize, are they in reverse or not? Another card, please. That one came flying. That was in reverse, the 4 of Cups. In reverse, the 4 of Cups. And tells me a bit about where you're sitting right now. And finally, 1 more card, please. That one flipped. Okay, the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles. All right. Clarification for the 2 of Swords Tarot. The 2 of Swords. Ooh, that one wanted to come out. The Knight of Cups. 2 more cards, please. There's one there and two there. They're good. Okay. I think I can take those two. So this, oh no. I'm going to put these back in. I should have grabbed them at first. There were too many of them. Okay, two more cards, please, for this Two of Swords. My first pile of two would have been good, but that's okay. Here we go. I think we have two, yes. All right, so we have the Six of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse. And the Eight of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so guidance from the tarot, Ace of Pentacles, clarification. 3 cards, please. Way too many cards here that are coming out for me. Let's try that again. 3 cards. We have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards. Too many cards here. 2 of Cups. Okay, I have 2 cards that came up. So I have the Seven of Wands in reverse for you. And I have the Page of Swords. Okay, so let's take a look at your reading for today. You're sitting with the Six of Wands to begin with. The Six of Wands. And I am going to say by looking at your top row that it looks like you're sitting in some really tough energy right here. You know, you're not feeling it today. And we'll get to the bottom of it. So the Six of Swords here. The Wands is a conflicting energy, and the reason why it is because the Wands are always moving, they're always moving in the direction we want to go in. And here you see this particular individual, and he looks like he's coming back from a battle. He looks like he's won a battle. He's, got the victory wreath going on up here, and he's got his supporters on the side. And so, we get this, it looks like, when you first look at this card, it's like, okay, it looks like somebody's won something. It's victory, But the sixes are always, in all the suits are about a duality. They represent a duality. So, it could look like something on one hand, but you got to look at it closely because, we don't really know what's going on with this big green blanket right here, whatever it is that's covered the horse here. And so, because there's a win or a victory on one hand, the sixes always say, well, let's take a look at what the other side could be. Yes, this individual has won something, but what has he lost? So you're feeling here, you're sitting in a situation where you're feeling, quite lonely, quite lost, quite sad. Maybe you're grieving. And there's been some loss here, maybe. Maybe you've had a breakup. Maybe you've lost something. Maybe there's been a death, and maybe there's been, an animal you've lost, or just kind of realizing that you're sitting in a position where you're dealing with a loss of some sort. And it's a general reading, so you'll know what I'm talking about when I'm saying this. And the Seven of Swords, an interesting card to follow your loss here, comes up here, and it's in reverse. And so the Seven of Swords is a thief card, it's called. They have this individual that's running away with these I'm going to say something in his backpack here. And maybe it's more of his knives, his swords, and these crows are, squawking here and trying to alert people that there's some stealing, running away going on. And the Seven of Swords cards, the swords is our mental thoughts, our mental belief systems that we think about ourselves. And so you really are in a mental state here of belief systems, and it's in reverse here. So there is a real block to, I'm going to say, your grief to come out. If there is one emotion that is so difficult to get to sometimes. It is our grief. And every single person on this planet needs to grieve their losses. You know, we have them sitting in our unconscious, and there are losses from our childhood, losses. We all experience losses. And there is a real resistance on your part to going to that grief. I think sometimes we envision this wall of grief, and if we go there, it's going to swallow us up. Like we just envision this emotion of grief that's just going to swallow us up. And I've been to that wall many, many, many times, and I've gotten over that wall. And I mean, I personally, when I'm in the grief, when I'm actually letting it all out, love it. When I'm trying to get to that wall to actually let it out, I'll fight it. I'll resist it, right? There's a part in us that says, no, don't go there. But once I get there, it is the most freeing emotion. Once you let it all out, and it's not like crying. Real grief. I remember my daughter explaining it to me once as saying, you sound like she heard me grieving in my room. And she said, you sound like you're laughing. And I was just grieving so hard. And so grief, just, you gotta let it go. Sometimes you just gotta open. Someone once told me, you know, if you're really scared of letting it out, just open up the tap a little bit, and if it just seems too much, you know, close it. But try to treat it as, you know, a faucet. You're just gonna let a little bit open, and then you're gonna close it, because it's a tough one. Grief is so hard to get to. But once you grieve the losses, there's always something new that's going to come in for you. And the universe wants you to know that. God, creator, source, wants you to know that once you grieve your losses, there's more that comes in. But you don't want that grief sitting in your system, right? And the Four of Cups tells me that, yeah, you're sitting here. There's a real block here. You're sitting here, I can tell, in a position where, and I suppose we've already talked about it, where, you know, it says in reverse, so there's a real resistance and block here. You have these three emotions here, and this person is there's another offer here. Like, they're really focusing on these three losses, these three cups right here, right? And just kind of saying, you know what, I'm good. I'm not touching my emotions anymore. I'm not going there. But the universe wants you to take this one cup, you know, and in the Rider-Waite deck, it's another offer. It's an offer for you to, you know what, it's time to, how about we get back in our body? Because that's where our emotions are. How about we get out of our head and back into our body and start to feel some of these emotions, start to feel that grief that you need to feel. Because there's a real resistance on your part to getting there, and I get it. I didn't want to do it either. And sometimes, you know, maybe you're in therapy. Maybe you're not. Maybe this kind of says, you know, maybe this card comes out as it's kind of like a co-creating with the universe. And there are a couple things that I could say to you about this card. One is that, you know, if you decide to go into that grief and feel what you need to feel, the universe has your back. And it's a co-creating card, you know, it's a co-creating with this energy, this divine energy, it's, if you want to call it creator, spirit, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, you know, they have your back. The other side of this is that says, you know, maybe you might need a little bit of therapy, you know, get back into therapy, get some help. Maybe you're getting help, which is awesome, to help you to get this block, you know, to get unblocked. So I'm going to start off by saying, you know, your emotions are blocked. And I'm going to say it's probably grief that you're dealing with here. And let's go into your shadow and see, why are you so blocked? Like, what is causing this? What's causing this grief that's coming up for you? What's impacting it? And the Two of Swords comes out for us. The first card here in our shadow. And the Two of Swords is this woman that's blindfolded. And she doesn't even want to look at her emotions, right? She's totally blocked them out, a resistance to going inwards. She needs to make a decision, and there's two Two Swords here, and she's not even open to, you know, let's lift off my blindfold and see that, you know what, this decision between these two swords here that I'm trying to make, which one is the sharper one? Well, they're exactly the same. They're both the same. And so, you know, there's a real resistance here to making this decision to go inwards. And the Knight of Cups comes up next, and the Knight of Cups is, all my knights in the decks are freedom. Freedom to the cups, or, you know, freedom to love again, freedom to feel your emotions again. And there's a knight sitting here in your shadow that that wants the freedom to come out as an adolescent, wants that freedom to love, wants that freedom to, you know, desires to get to do what he wants to do and take his life in a new direction and find out who he really is, you know, who his authentic self is. Because the knights for me are that real adolescent part of us that want the freedom to be who they are. And the Six of Swords comes up here next, and again there's another sword energy here that's sitting in your, and you have the Six of Swords, and then you have the Eight of Swords right after that, and then you have the Two of Swords. So you have three swords. You have three swords out of 4 cards here in your shadow, and your swords are all about your belief systems, about what you think about yourself. And the Six of Swords comes up here, and it's in reverse. So this card really tells me that the Six is kind of taking your life in a new direction. Six is telling me that, you know, about safety, you know, and sometimes we have to, I look at this because it is a healing channel, and it's about making sure that we're safe. You know, you need the safety here. So what I'm saying is, because this is sitting in your shadow, I think, and it's in reverse here. So I feel like there was not, maybe when you were younger, you didn't feel safe to express your emotions. And so this is what I'm seeing here. You know, there's a real freedom here to want to express your emotions, but I don't think you felt it when you were younger. You know, we all, when we were very, very young, wanted that freedom to express our emotions, and then we got shut down sometimes, you know, a lot of the times. And so I'm seeing here, it's almost like the Six of Swords being in reverse is you were shut down. This is emotions that were shut down for you. And the Eight of Swords comes out, and the Eight of Swords is in reverse, and the Eight of Swords is all about that feeling like we are stuck in our heads with these belief systems about ourselves and not seeing a way out. And so, and that's in reverse, and that's blocked. And so I'm seeing that when you were younger, you didn't see a way out. And if you came from a traumatic childhood, if you came from trauma when you were younger, you didn't see a way out. There was no way out for you. And so I'm thinking there's, because of this situation where you have some trauma that's, you know, big little trauma. Sometimes we don't even know what trauma is sitting. We all have it. It's all sitting in our shadow. And so I'm seeing here that, you know, there's a real resistance, and it's blocked. These emotions are blocked in you, including your grief of stuff that's sitting in your shadow from when you're younger that needs to be felt. And the Ace of Pentacles is the card that comes for us as our first card, as card number 3, Advice from the Tarot. And the Advice from the Tarot, when an ace comes up, it's always an offer from the universe. It's a gift, and says, you know what? Here's another chance. You know, here's another chance. Here's a gift from the universe, God, source, creator, to get back in your body. The pentacle is your body. To get back in your body, right? To get out of your head, because the Eight of Swords is saying, you know, this is a card of being up in our head, really spinning, and having all these belief systems about ourselves. And it's time to get back in your body. And so you can, and because when we get back in our body, we can start to feel those emotions. And because it's in reverse, it tells me that, you know, it is, you are living in your head and it's blocked. You need to go start grounding and start journaling. And that's how we can, when you learn how to ground yourself, it's amazing how you can start feeling your stuff. And the Nine of Cups comes next. And the Nine of Cups is, no, it's this particular individual here is throwing all these cups in the air. You know, it looks like she's amazingly excited and happy, and it's like this treasure box has opened up here, and it's a beautiful card here. But the thing here, it's kind of like it's not at the 10. You know, it's not completion yet. The cycle is not completed here. And so the 10 of Cups is the card where we can experience all this range of emotions. Anything. Once it comes up, we feel it, we process it, and then we release it. But when you're sitting in the Nine of Cups, it's almost like a position where where you're saying, I'm good with my Nine of Cups. I'm happy where I am. Don't disturb me. You know, don't shake it up too much. And there's kind of this resistance or this fear to go here and maybe feel some of this grief. And there's this card's kind of going, well, no, I'm good. I don't want to go to the 10. But the Seven of Wands comes here, and the Seven of Wands is a card, and this is in reverse, but the Seven of Wands is normally a card where it's a card of me of, it can be a lot of loneliness, like you might be feeling it. Sometimes it's a lonely journey to go there. Just to start healing again, it becomes a real journey that you have to do on your own. A lot of times there are people around you that are going to distract you, people around you that are not going to understand. Some people get jealous, really, of when you start to go on that journey and start to heal again. And this is what this individual is. This is kind of like a going alone card, right? The Wands are all about taking your life in a different direction and going in the direction of finding out who you really are. And we do that by going through our emotions, of feeling what we need to feel. And all these people here are taking their wands and going, no, come back to us, and, come down from that cushion that you're sitting on, and this is in reverse. And so this is saying here that, you're going to, when you start to feel and you start to take your life in a different direction, it really does take your life in a different direction. Sometimes, it's a lonely journey. You got to go it alone sometimes, and you're going to have people that really don't really understand you, right? And don't understand, and you're going to hear that. Page of Swords comes out, and the page is the last card, and the page is our inner child. The page is our inner child. And the page needs healing. All our inner children need healing. That inner child of yours is the sword. Swords are all about truth. What is your truth? Who are you? What is your truth? When you start to get into processing your emotions, start to be able to feel again, start to shed some of that grief, feel it. Really, really feel you ground and you feel that. New things are going to come into your life. And so I think what I want to leave you is a video that I've done on called Processing Your Emotions. And it just tells you how to, get back into your body and feel some of those emotions when they come up. All right, so take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.